الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والعاقبة للمتقين والصلاة والسلام على رسوله الكريم سيدنا محمد وآله وأصحابه أجمعين برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين. All praise due to Allah, the Lord, cherisher, nourisher, sustainer and master of the universe, the most gracious, the most beneficent, the most merciful. Ya Allah, it is only you that we worship and your guidance that we seek. Ya Allah, keep us in a straight path. Ya Allah, shower us with your choice of blessings. Ya Allah, shower us with your mercy. Ya Allah, guide us. Greetings, salam, salutations on our beloved Nabi Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam. It is now 5 minutes past 8 on this beautiful Saturday morning. It is the 22nd of June 2024, the 15th of Zulhijjah 1445. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, and welcome to Rise and Shine on Radio Al Ansar. My name is Faisal MJ Suleiman, and I'm going to be your host for the next hour, inshallah ta'ala. Engineering for me is Sibo Niso, and of course, attending to logistics is Wasima Bucks. This program has been produced by Hajra Kota. Yes, it is an absolutely beautiful Saturday morning, alhamdulillah, and a lovely day outside, and it's nice and cool as well. And of course, you are listening to us on the FM transmitters in Durban and in Pietermaritzburg, and in between on either audio streaming or alternatively also watching us on Facebook Live. So I hope that you're having a wonderful Saturday morning. If you're in traffic, then remember, take it absolutely easy, maintain those distances between the vehicles. No need for any road rage. If anyone's getting irritated, you ignore them, and of course just stay focused. Don't spoil your day. Of course, if you're at home, you're relaxing, then I'm sure you're enjoying the company of a Radio Al Ansar. And of course, if it's time for breakfast, then make sure all of you work together and assist in the kitchen, inshallah ta'ala. Yes, I did say that it is a beautiful Saturday morning. And of course, you can forward to us your messages via WhatsApp on 060-904-1056. But right now, just to update ourselves on some of the news items, over 1,000 dead of extreme heat, including more than 650 Egyptians. The death toll from this year's Hajj in Saudi Arabia has exceeded 1,000, according to a new tally by AFP. The news agencies cited an Arab diplomat as saying that more than 658 of the total deaths are from Egypt. More than half of the fatalities are unregistered. Temperatures at the Grand Mosque in Mecca reached 51.8 degrees Celsius. The annual pilgrimage, which is one of the 5 pillars of Islam, is increasingly being affected by climate change. Caution urged as Mpox cases surge. The health department urges caution as Mpox cases rise to 13. 2 people have died so far. It's received the first batch of treatment and is in process of securing more. The department is calling on everyone with Mpox symptoms to be tested. They include a rash lasting between 2 and 4 weeks, fever, muscle aches, low energy, and swollen glands. It's urging those with compromised immune systems to be extra vigilant. So, before we have any further issues, if you are experiencing any of these symptoms, then let's take the necessary precautions. Let's get ourselves checked out. eThekwini seems to be, or rather, there's a new mayor on the cards for eThekwini. The eThekwini municipality will have a new mayor next week after the redeployment of former mayor Nkolisi Kaunda to the National Assembly last week. Kaunda was hastily recalled last week, Wednesday, to the National Assembly as a new member of the National Council of Provinces. eThekwini Council Speaker Tabani Nyawose said a council meeting has been convened where a new mayor will be elected. And a little bit of good news is that the Automobile Association says the data is pointing to more relief in fuel prices in July. It says unaudited mid-month data from the Central Energy Firm indicates a decrease in the cost of all fuels next month. The price of petrol could drop by 10 and 15 cents a litre. Diesel is expected to cost 55 cents a litre less, and the price of illuminating paraffin could drop by around 45 cents a litre. Well, inshallah, let's hope that that does happen, inshallah, and of course we can get some well-deserved relief.
فأهل الوفاء كلون السحاب وحسن الربيع وماء المطر مقامهم فوق رأس الجبال وفوق الروابي وعند القمر ويا من تحب غياب الوفاء رأيتك تهوى غياب البصر وكم قائل.
Our first WhatsApp message comes from Sister Leila Mehta. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh to the blessed ummah of Nabi Kareem sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Peace, blessings and salutations be upon Nabi Kareem sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Alhamdulillah for today as it humbles from sujood. May we all respect each other by disagreeing in a respectful manner. We all have the right to an opinion. Only our Creator knows which actions of ours is granted. So let's not inject prideful arrogance into our good actions. May the Ummah of Nabi Kareem sallallahu alaihi wasallam always be blessed. Granted ease and protection. Ameen. Salams and du'as, Sister Leila Mehta and family. Yes, we must always agree to disagree and do it in a respectful manner. That is absolutely vital. And some inspiring reflections that Sister Leila Mehta shares with us. You never know who is good and who is bad, so don't judge and respect everyone. And don't be proud of your good deeds, because only Allah SWT knows which deeds are acceptable in His door. And the hadith and dua for today is Bismillah walhamdulillahi wassalatu wassalam ala Rasulillah. It was narrated that Abu Bakr as-Siddiq radiallahu ta'ala has said, the messenger of Allah sallallahu alayhi wasallam said, that the Dajjal will emerge from a land in the east called Khurasan, and he will be followed by people whose faces are like hammered shields. Thank you for that message, Sister Leila Mehta. And then, of course, a message that comes from brother Yusuf Patel. Memories are not real, yet we hold on to them for dear life. For some, they argue it's all they have of their loved ones. The reality of life is there was, there is, and there will always be loved ones. Don't spend energy holding on to memories that bring you down and make you feel worse than before remembering them. Use your time and energy to uplift yourself and improve yourself. A positive attitude to any memory is an absolute must. Practice living in the now. Appreciate who's here while they are here, else they can open a door of regret later. Know that you can't go back and change the beginning, but you can start where you are and change the ending. Happy weekend. Thank you for that, brother Yusuf Patel. Again, I've got to decipher that and think, but one thing's for sure, that yes, we all hold on to dear memories, realizing that, these are simply memories, and that, we should rather, sort of appreciate those that are around, of course, but don't give up those memories. Good morning. Happiness is enjoying the little things in life. Again, comes from brother Yusuf Patel. Indulge and enjoy. Wow, he sends us a picture of an ice cream. A stick chocolate ice cream ever so often. It takes away your stress of the day and it brings the childhood in you to play. As the photo shows, zoom in for a better picture of you. Don't let life lick you. Try the candy cone instead. Salams and duas from the fun-loving child in you. Yes, you, Yusuf Patel. Jazakallah khair, brother Yusuf Patel. Of course, the picture of the ice cream that you sent is undoubtedly mouth-watering. And talking of ice cream, Simonisa is looking at me. So Simonisa, stop smiling, Simonisa. We don't have ice cream in the studio, but we can take an ad break.
WhatsApp us now on 060 904 1056.
Hey there, Durban. Get ready for the best winter shopping event. It's time to shop till you drop at the Durban Shopping Fest from the 5th to 7th July. We've got it all from trendy fashion to jaw-dropping deals. This is the perfect place to be. Picture yourself strolling through aisles of your favorite stores, discovering hidden gems and snagging those must-have items while having a phenomenal variety of the best cuisine waiting for you in our food court. Don't miss out on the Durban Shopping Fest. Join us at Saxony Westwood Mall and let the shopping spree begin. Store bookings now open.
The Watch Doctor. for watch repairs, watch batteries, watch straps, 21st keys, engraving, and sound for your occasion. Handled professionally at 263 Sparks Road, Mohammedia Center, Suite 104, Overport, next to the Sparks Road Masjid. Contact Zain on 082 542 3070. The Watch Doctor. The Watch Doctor. Keeping time every time.
Tweet us at Al Ansar Radio.
The Outreach Slice of Life campaign. Since its inception, our Slice of Life has touched the lives of countless individuals through our distribution to schools, old age homes, orphanages, and deserving families within our community. This initiative has been instrumental in alleviating hunger. For only 9 rand a loaf, you will be providing a family with their daily staple, bread. Donate now on www.alansar.org.za or call Outreach on 031 208 1601.
For all your Umrah attire, Zamzam water, fresh stock of dates at a ridiculously low price is now available at the Al Ansar Book and Media Shop at 207 West Road, Overport.
Call us now on 0861 904 904.
Mere Allah.
Getting you through your day. Radio Al Ansar.
तू रहीम मेरे अल्लाह तू करीम मेरे अल्लाह.
Yes, of course, you can go on listening to those beautiful names of the Almighty. And of course, it's always very, very inspiring. Messages that's coming through. Assalamu alaikum, Faisal. This comes from Mrs. Rahman. Assalamu alaikum, Faisal. The greatest treasure on earth are the people who love and support us. They cannot be bought or replaced, and each of us has only a few of them. Alhamdulillah for life, for family and friends dear to us. Have a blessed day. Ameen, Mrs. Rahman. Jazakallah khair, Mrs. Rahman. An absolutely beautiful message. And of course, undoubtedly, we are thankful for all those who are around us, who are near and dear to us, for those who, sort of support us, take care of us. When I say support, I mean moral and, moral support, physical support, etc. We need them. And alhamdulillah, we are very fortunate to have family, friends, etc. who are near and dear to us. Thank you for that message and thank you for the reminder. Another message that comes through says inspiration. No matter how difficult life is right now, no matter how broken you feel, don't give up. Be positive, keep striving, keep praying, and place your complete trust in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He will open doors for you. The good days will come soon. Never lose hope. Alhamdulillah, I love that message as well. It is truly inspirational. 060-904-1056.
तू रहीम मेरे अल्लाह तू करीम तू ये सब दारब बंदे ने तेरे सब तू ये सब दारब बंदे ने तेरे सब मेरे अल्लाह.
Message that comes from a sister, Amina Ali. Positive thoughts generate positive feelings and attract positive life experiences. Yes, that's a very positive message. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I trust you and the listeners are well. Fantastic program as usual. Just be positive. Have an awesome day. Shukran. Jazakallah khair, Sister Amina Ali, for those words of inspiration. Yes, we must be positive, and of course, positivity gains a lot.
ਤਨ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਰੂਹ ਘਬਰਾਵੇ ਯਾਦ ਤੇਰੀ ਤੜਪਾਵੇ ਤਨ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਰੂਹ ਘਬਰਾਵੇ ਰੁਕਦੀਆਂ ਜਾਂਦੀਆਂ ਸਾਵਾਂ
06090411056. Another message comes through, says, never lose hope on two things: the mercy of Allah and the power of du'as. Good things come to those that are patient. Trust Allah. And of course, the second message that comes says, the soul always knows what to do to heal itself. The challenge is to silence the mind, or the challenge is to silence the mind. Okay, thank you for those messages. Undoubtedly, these are inspirational messages, and of course, they are most welcome. On 06090411056, we're going to be taking a short break shortly. But before that break, I'm going to read one more message that's come through. The love and care that comes from special people means more than words can say. For special people are miracles that bless our lives each day. There's no need to see or talk to each other every day, nor is there any need for material gifts. Du'as and love are all we need. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect all our homes, remove all our illnesses and worries, and heal all our sick. Ameen. I'm sure I can take one more message, Sivanisa. Okay, message from Sister Shamim Hafiji. No matter how many steps you took away from Allah, it only takes one to get back. Subhanallah, that's excellent. Oh Allah, increase us in faith, health and wealth. Health in wealth, in piety. Grant us abundance in faith while enough in worldly life, which will bring us most close to your pleasure. Ameen ya Rabb. I'm going to read this one more time. O Allah, increase us in faith, in health, in wealth, in piety. Grant us abundance in faith while enough in worldly life, which will bring us most close to your pleasure. Ameen ya Rabb. Sister Shamim Hafiji, Jazakallah khair for that message.
ਕਿਸਨੂੰ ਮੈਂ ਹਾਲ ਸੁਣਾਵਾਂ ਦੇਨੀਆਂ ਤੈਨੂੰ ਸਦਾਵਾਂ ਮੇਰੇ ਅੱਲਾ ਤੂੰ ਰਹੀਮ mere Allah.
Get ready for the biggest dinosaur experience this holiday. The Jurassic Museum opens at Saxony Westwood Mall Friday the 28th of June to Sunday the 30th of June from 9:30 a.m. to 9:30 p.m. with over 40 dinosaurs on display. It's a blast for the kids and an experience for the adults with live crocs, reptiles and giant lizards too. Enjoy shopping and delicious food. Mark your calendars 28th to the 30th of June at Saxony Westwood Mall. Call 082 757 3535.
Shimmer, sparkle, captivate. Nothing less than a masterpiece. Droplets of gold inspires precious design. Platinum bursts with intricate freshness. And every pure diamond becomes more than just a girl's best friend. Voda Gold Gem Jewelers, where timeless dreams become a reality. We tailor-make designer gold, platinum and diamond jewelry. Trade in or remodel your old gold. Clad yourself with classy name-branded watches. We offer insurance valuation and freezer card calculation. Visit us at 534 Ridge Road, Overport, or call 031 208 9142. Voda Gold Gem Jewelers, manufacturers of fine gold and diamond jewelry.
WhatsApp us now on 060 904 1056.
Have you heard?
Heard what?
The latest. Join me, Kelly Ramazani, for a brand new exciting show every Saturday from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. for the ultimate guide to navigating the world of careers. We talk about side hustles, unpack careers that are in demand, careers that do not need a degree, job searching, career advancement, personal development, and so much more. Tune in every Saturday, 9 to 10 a.m. to unlock the path of your dream job.
اللهم احفظ المسجد الأقصى من اليهود الحاقدين اللهم أعد المسجد الأقصى إلى رحاب المسلمين اللهم وطهر المسجد الأقصى من اليهود الغاصبين اللهم عليك بهم فإنهم لا يعجزونك يا قوي يا متين اللهم منزل الكتاب مجري السحاب هازم الأحزاب سريع الحساب اهزم اليهود وزلزلهم يا قوي يا عزيز.
Call us now on 0861 904 904.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. This is Khutamul Islam and you're listening to Radio Al-Ansar.
أحب الوفاء بشتى الصور.
It's now 24 minutes past 8 on this Saturday morning, and you're listening to Rise and Shine on Radio Al-Ansar with myself, Faisal MJ Suleiman. Experts are urging men to get screened for illnesses as the country observes Men's Health Month. According to the government, South African men experience a greater share of the total fatal and non-fatal burden of disease, dying at a younger age than women, and more often from preventable causes. We have online with us Dr. Mvuyisi Mzukwa, the chairperson of the South African Medical Association of South Africa. And of course, Dr. Mzukwa would be discussing Men's Health Month with us. Dr. Mzukwa, good morning to you, and thank you for joining me on the program this morning.
Good morning to you and to your listeners, and thanks for having me in your program.
Absolute pleasure. Now, this is Men's Health Month, and we want to discuss men's health. But one problem that seems to emanate is that there seems to be some sort of stigma that seems to be attached to seeking assistance and talking about health issues that men experience. Now, can you elaborate on why men in South Africa tend to avoid seeking medical assistance even when it's necessary?
Thank you so much for that question. There are so many reasons that could cause that. First of all, it could be related to how men are cultured, the way they are brought up in communities, because you'll recall that many men would be told that, as a man, you need to be strong. Men don't cry, don't behave like a sissy, all sort of stuff that is, create that stigma. So healthcare is seen as by many men as a form of vulnerability, and they feel they shouldn't be showing that vulnerability. Now the other issues obviously are the fact that some may not have a means to do so. Some are not employed. They might not have means to go to a clinic if there's a need, or even have money for consultations if they need to private intervention. But other issues, of course, they have to take time away from work, those that are working. So it's multifactorial. So it really depends on what the issues are in that community.
Mm-hmm. Now, recently we've had the COVID-19 pandemic, and given the data that that's been extracted from there, what specific chronic conditions were prevalent among men who suffered more serious outcomes? And of course, I'm just going to add to this question. Sorry, doctor. How do these conditions interact with infectious diseases like we had the COVID-19?
Yes, thank you so much. What actually is the issue about COVID? There were risk factors that were associated with morbidity and mortality when it comes to COVID. For example, you'll find that men that were obese would have a tendency to be affected more. They were at higher risk of being taken away by COVID. But also issues of underlying medical conditions. For example, if you are diabetic and most men look at their diabetes, it's not well controlled. Mm-hmm. So it puts them at higher risk, for mortality or morbidity. So those are the issues that we've identified. But the thing is, even the screenings of HIV and all these things, many men don't know their status. So you don't know the level of your immune system. So it puts you automatically at higher risk. If there's any circulating virus or circulating bacteria, you are at risk of getting the disease, and it could have severe implications on your life. So those are the issues that we've identified. If you have something that lowers your immune system, so it puts you at risk. So many men, because they were not screened, they have these issues of obesity and many other things. It puts them at risk during the time of COVID.
Now, you mentioned screening earlier. What type of screening should men prioritize during Men's Health Month? Are there any specific age groups or demographics that should be more vigilant?
Very important question that you are raising. It's important because, like you said, it depends on what age they are. For example, younger men, they need to be encouraged, obviously, to be physically active, but also there are conditions that you need to screen for. For example, if a person is coughing for more than 2 weeks, they need to be screened for TB. There's also, they need to be screened for HIV, even at a younger age, because now we know that people are sexually active at their very young age. And also at the age above 40, they need to also to be screened for chronic conditions like diabetes, hypertension, and prostate cancer. So those are the things that we are saying as a man, at least once a year, go for screening so that because most of these conditions, they are called silent killers, because when you have a condition, there are no symptoms at all. You think you are healthy, yet if you go for screening, you are able to pick it up, and it assists you with early detection and early treatment.
Now, what are the long-term benefits of men participating in regular health screenings, both for the individuals and the broader healthcare system in South Africa?
Well, it helps, the healthcare system to know the burden of the disease. They can plan better, allocate resources better, allocate budgets better. Also know where the conditions are people are with those conditions, and with the equitable distribution of resources. But as an individual, you begin to know early detection of that condition. So you plan earlier with your healthcare provider into how you handle that condition, and also you plan. There's what you call a plan of management. So you know how frequent you should be seeing that person, and also the risks that are involved, and also you get to be educated about complications and how to avoid those complications if you face such a chronic condition.
Now, I think what you've shared with us is absolutely vital, because it is, important that, we get ourselves screened, we find out what are our problem areas. And I think what you mentioned most important is that we need to check the status of our immune system, because if we need to build immunity, then we need to do that. Now, having said that, Dr. Mzukwa, as we said, it is a Men's Health Month. What advice would you have for our listeners?
What I would advise your listeners is that in each home, usually there are females, and females are good at screening, their healthcare and seeking healthcare. So what we encourage is that also female partners in the family, they should encourage men, to seek medical attention. They should encourage them to at least go to a local facility, whether it's a doctor or clinic, just to get screened, for these conditions that we've mentioned, so that they know their status. You just have to go there once a year, and also if they are symptomatic, obviously they need to go earlier. So we need to go earlier so that the condition is not advanced whilst you are sitting at home, so we can be assisted earlier. That would be my contribution this morning.
Dr. Mvuyisi Mzukwa, thank you very much for joining me in the program this morning. Do enjoy the rest of the day and the week, and all the best to you. We will talk to you again in future programs. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Have a lovely weekend.
Thank you, sir. We spoke to Dr. Mvuyisi Mzukwa, the chairperson of the South African Medical Association, and of course, he spoke to us about Men's Health Month. 2 WhatsApp messages come through. One comes from Sister Amina Ismail. Okay, Sister Amina Ismail. She says, happiness is always a choice. You can't wait for circumstances to get better. You have to create your own good fortune. So look for ways to be happy every day. Thank you for that, Sister Amina Ismail. And of course, the second message that comes is from Sister Ruqayya. And she says, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, my brother Faisal and the Rise and Shine team. My dua for you, may the echoes of your duas be heard by the malaikas of the highest ranking. May they chant Ameen and carry your duas to the arsh of Allah and beg for your duas to be accepted. Ameen. May taqwa, iman, rizq, sabr, health and happiness be bestowed upon you. Ameen. May my Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala send his countless blessings, khair, rahmah and afiyah on you, my brother, and your family, inshallah. Ameen. Sister Ruqayya, Jazakallah khair for those beautiful duas and sentiments, and Ameen to all your duas as well.
كالذي قد غادر هنيئا لمن أخلص الحب.
Radio Al Ansar, Durban, 90.4 FM. Maritzburg, 105.6 FM.
Audio stream across the world on radioalansar.co.za.
ذکر شفا ہے ذکر ہے دوا نجات ملتی ہے اس کو یقیناً کرے جو قلب سے ذکر اللہ ذکر سے بڑھ کے نہیں ہے عمل کوئی ہے فرمان رسول اللہ لا الہ الا اللہ حسبی حسبی جل اللہ ما فی قلبی غیر اللہ نور محمد صلی اللہ لا الہ الا اللہ تیرے صدقے میں آقا سارے جہاں کو دین ملا بے دینوں نے کلمہ پڑھا لا الہ الا اللہ حسبی حسبی جل اللہ ما فی قلبی غیر اللہ نور محمد صلی اللہ لا الہ الا اللہ سمت نبی بو جہل گیا آقا سے اس نے یہ کہا گر ہو نبی بتلاؤ ذرا میری مٹھی میں ہے کیا سمت نبی بو جہل گیا آقا سے اس نے یہ کہا گر ہو نبی بتلاؤ ذرا میری مٹھی میں ہے کیا آقا کا فرمان ہوا اور فضل سبحان ہوا مٹھی سے پتھر بولا لا الہ الا اللہ حسبی حسبی جل اللہ ما فی قلبی غیر اللہ نور محمد صلی اللہ لا الہ الا اللہ اپنی بہن سے بولے عمر یہ تو بتا کیا کرتی تھی میرے آنے سے پہلے چپ کے کیا پڑھتی تھی اپنی بہن سے بولے عمر یہ تو بتا کیا کرتی تھی میرے آنے سے پہلے.
Are you looking for the ultimate in exclusive, luxurious living in Westville's most sought-after location? Kingsford Estate in Kings Avenue, Westville is an upmarket, secure, gated property development where every deal is crafted for elegance and sophistication. Homes priced from 3,995,000 Rand with spacious designer interiors. This is where dreams become reality. Contact us by calling 082-457-5976 or visit www.kingsford.co.za.
Discover a world of financial wisdom. From centuries-old traditions to modern wealth, our innovative Sharia banking offerings ensure you can grow and secure your legacy while staying true to your values. Let us guide you on your journey to virtuous financial well-being and help you bank with purpose. Search Standard Bank Sharia Banking to learn more. Standard Bank is an authorized FSP and registered credit provider. T's and C's apply.
Come get our butcher's best fillets at Checkers Foods Cowie Park. Enjoy certified halal butchery products like Steakhouse Classic Porterhouse Steak for just 39 Rand per 300 grams. Chicken breast fillet 69.99 per kg. Tenderized beef steak 89.99 per kg. Extra lean beef mince for just 99.99. Deals valid until Sunday, June 23rd. Only at Checkers Foods Cowie Park. Now certified by the NIHT, the National Independent Halal Trust, across our butchery, bakery and deli.
Advertising pays. Get your business on the map through advertising with Radio Al Ansar, the station with a proven record. Let's talk to Zain of The Watch Doctor, a newcomer in the market.
I'll recommend advertising on Radio Al Ansar for sure, as my client base has increased substantially. Totally unexpected.
There you have it. Join the airwaves and take it up to another level. Call us on 031-208-1601 and ask for Fatima Shahina or Faraz Bucks, our consultants. Let your name be heard by thousands of people. Radio Al Ansar, your partner in business.
WhatsApp us now on 060-904-1056. Station for Conversation, Radio Al Ansar.
أحب الوفاء بشتى الصور أحب الوفي الأمين الأغر فأهل الوفاء كلون السحاب.
You're listening to Rise and Shine on Radio Al Ansar, and thousands of Palestinians are struggling to access basic necessities. The flow of humanitarian aid to Gaza has been depleted and delayed since the start of Israel's assault on Rafah, a key gateway into the enclave from Egypt. Thousands of Palestinians are still struggling to access basic necessities as Israel comes under mounting international pressure to end the war. Let's listen to this clip.
As hard as it is to believe, despite the daily threat of death from airstrikes and gunfire, life in Gaza does go on. Standing among the rubble, market stalls in the Jabalia refugee camp still manage to stock some fruit and vegetables. Negotiations with customers, however, are fraught. What little is available here is far from cheap, demand far outstripping supply.
On top of all the destruction and damage, and on top of the occupation and the difficult situation, the prices are very high. Why is that? There is no food. We can't afford food. My son keeps screaming for bread. The bakeries are crowded and we cannot find gas to make it.
The humanitarian situation in Gaza is more desperate than ever. The flow of UN aid in the devastated Palestinian territory heavily squeezed since the start of military operations in Rafah in South Gaza. That had been a key gateway into the enclave from Egypt.
Is the world waiting for us to die? Are they waiting to see us all dead, including our children? This is the worst thing to happen. My body might be able to tolerate the hunger because I have eaten in my life and I have had water in my life. But what about the children?
According to the charity Save the Children, more than 1 million young people in Gaza are at risk of starvation. Many have already died from malnutrition and disease. As of last month, the United Nations estimated that over 14,500 children have been killed in the conflict since October the 7th. Gaza's government on Wednesday said another 3,500 are at immediate risk of death without more aid.
Since the morning, we have been waiting for the charity food. We don't know what to eat. We do not make food or anything. We depend on the cooked bulgur they give us.
Israel has come under mounting global pressure to allow more humanitarian access into Gaza. It says, however, there's no limit on aid supplies, blaming the UN and others for slow deliveries. Unless something changes immediately, thousands of Gaza's children may not survive much longer. Joel Flynn, TRT World.
Unusual weather patterns have caused ants to invade South African homes over recent months, driving homeowners into a frenzy and forcing them to call in the big guns, pest control companies. we have online with us Mr. Jason Stevens, the owner of Black Ant Pest Control, and he is going to be talking to us about some of the problems that we're experiencing in South Africa. Good morning to you, Doctor. Good morning to you, Mr. Jason Stevens, and thank you for joining me in the program this morning.
Good morning. Thank you so much for having me.
Now, can you give us a brief overview of the current ant infestation in South Africa and how it has impacted homeowners?
Yes, sure. I think that currently with the weather cooling, especially in Gauteng, it's getting a bit better. But we are still seeing ants unusually so. It's been quite an intensive infestation over the last season, the summer season particularly. And I think the way it's impacted homeowners is that they're experiencing it a lot more intensely in the spaces that they're living in. So it's resulted in a lot more calls for help, a lot more people seeking advice and reaching out for methods to control them.
Now, talking of households, establishments, etc., where are some of the most common areas where people, maybe one finds these infestations?
So, in your households or your homes, you'll generally be finding ants coming up in, your garden areas, moving closer up into the houses. Especially if you have paving stones, it's a favorite spot for them. They set up their nests and their mounds underneath these paving stones, which is obviously normally around your household or your home, and giving them easy access through cavities into the house, skirting boards, any sort of cavity like plumbing cavities and electrical fittings. Those are easy access for them to get into the homes, which then lead them into places where there are food and water sources. And then establishments anywhere where they are getting access to food. So you'll often find them cross-contaminating in food preparation areas and areas where there are spillages and that sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So those are always good places to look out for.
You did mention Gauteng, you did mention warm weather, etc. Now, is this a problem prevalent throughout South Africa, or just maybe Gauteng, like you said, or in other provinces as well?
Look, we've done quite a bit of chatting within the industry. I've spoken to a number of pest control service providers throughout the country, and this seems to be something that is pretty prevalent throughout the whole country.
Mm-hmm.
I think that, we have quite a unique country in the sense that although we all experience weather a little bit differently, the weather is not that far apart. So if we experience an increase in temperature or an increase in humidity, we tend to feel it right across the country. And I think that it has impacted the ant activity, pest activity in general, right across the whole of South Africa.
Mm-hmm. And how have homeowners been reacting to these infestations? Are there any common mistakes that they make when they're dealing with ants?
Look, I think people have been freaking out quite a bit. It's been, like I said, quite intensive. So, when you come home and your entire kitchen counter or bathroom wall is completely black with ants, the first reaction of people is to freak out a little bit. So, I think that the first common mistake that people make is they rush out to go and buy the first pesticide that they can get their hands on, and not necessarily understanding how to use that pesticide or whether that pesticide is even developed for ant control. And they just sort of go to town, with their DIY methods.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a couple of mistakes that happen in that process. First of all, using the wrong pesticide, if it has not been formulated for ants, it could make your problem worse. It could also be dangerous. And, when dealing with ants, you always want to be dealing with the source of the infestation. So you kill off workers, you may be successful using these pesticides and killing off the workers, but this just triggers a response from the colony produce more workers, and you may end up having what's called satellite colony formation, where they are extending their colony outwards and essentially creating more ants, making the infestation worse. So that's the main common mistake that I see when it comes to dealing with ants, is just not really thinking the process through and reaching for the first pesticide they can get their hands on.
Now, with the colder weather starting to reduce ant activity, what can we expect in the coming months? Is there a possibility of another surge next summer?
I think the possibility is almost inevitable that we will start to see them coming back with force as the weather starts to warm up a bit. Currently, with the colder weather and things subsiding a little bit, you definitely can expect that the ant activity the intensity will reduce. You may find that you will still see some ants. It just won't be at the level that it has been throughout summer. But as soon as we start seeing a warming up of the weather patterns, hear about spring, early summer, and especially after our first heavy rains, it's almost guaranteed that they will be back.
I'm glad you didn't use the word with a vengeance. Now, what preventative measures can people take to reduce the likelihood of ant infestations in their homes?
So it's a great question. I think that prevention is always better than cure. It's especially true in pest control. So, I think just be cognizant of the fact that ants are opportunistic. So the easier we make it for them to find their three pillars, which is food, water, and shelter, the more likely you're going to see them invading your space. So keep in mind those things. They're looking for those things to survive. If you can take any one of those things away, then it's much more difficult for them to survive and thrive in your environment. So things like cleaning up, and ants are really small, so even just a small amount of crumbs it's a food source for them. So vacuum those things up, wipe up residues, ensure that you're keeping your housekeeping up to scratch. And it's places where you might not think, underneath the counters, behind the fridge, even just the couple of crumbs that your toaster leaves behind. That's things you should think about. Fix leaking taps, clean up water spillages, and then proofing, what we call proofing, which is restricting their access. So if you find that there are areas where you consistently see ants coming in, seal those areas up, a little bit of silicone around the skirting boards where they're getting in, or the gaps around the taps that lead into your kitchen. Those are all places that are definitely access points. Those are your preventative measures, which will reduce the activity. I don't think you can ever completely keep them out, but that will reduce and make it more difficult for them. And hopefully, they move on to somewhere that's more conducive to their behavior. Generally, you'll find that it's probably one of your neighbors.
Absolutely. Mr. Jason Stevens, thank you very much for joining me on the program this morning. Unfortunately, that's all we have time for. But, thank you. It's been quite informative, and we will talk to you again, as this situation progresses. But do enjoy the rest of the day and the week, and all the best to you.
Thank you so much for having me. You as well.
Thank you. We spoke to Jason Stevens, the owner of Black Ant Pest Control. He spoke to us about dealing with ants and the pandemic that has taken us.
أحب الوفاء بشتى الصور أحب الوفي الأمين.
WhatsApp message comes from Sister Shamim Hafaji again. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make taqwa your provision, direct you towards good, and may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala take away your worries. Ameen, summa ameen. Jazakallah khair for those messages. We've got a few minutes more for the program, so you can forward to us your further inspirational messages. They will be appreciated on 060-904-1056. 060-904-1056.
Are you or a loved one battling the disease of addiction? Is your family, life, relationships, work suffering due to alcoholism and substance abuse? Zensai Treatment, Recovery and Wellness Center are addiction specialists offering specialized psychotherapy and naltrexone therapy to help overcome addiction. Zensai offers hotel-style facilities to allow your loved ones to regain their dignity and overcome alcoholism and drug abuse in the most comfortable setting possible. Fight addiction. Call Zensai Treatment, Recovery and Wellness Center, the Addiction Recovery Specialist, on 031 563 0751.
Transform your winter with Fit Deli's brand new menu. We've got warm and satisfying tandoori chicken bowls, refreshing blueberry and pineapple smoothies, plus delicious grilled king clip and more. Fit Deli, healthy gourmet prepared meals made freshly for your convenience. Dive into a world of fresh, nutritious delights. Guilt-free snacks and vibrant produce await. Visit us at Greenpoint in Cape Town, the Pavilion Shopping Centre in Durban, or our Kawi Road store in Durban. Fit Deli, where good taste meets good health. Elevate your health journey today and live happy.
This and only this is Nightline. Nightline is the only program that allows you to listen to the opportunity to voice your opinion on any matter or any topic that concerns you. Also on Nightline, we interview the famous, the not so famous, and infamous. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My name is Brother Muhammad Varyawa, and with me in the studio is Dr. Anwar Jiwa. Join us every Saturday night from 8:30 p.m. till 10:30 p.m. on Nightline, the program designed especially for you, the listener.
Call us now on 0861 904 904.
Ya Nabi, Ya Nabi, Sallu alayhi.
Getting you through your day. Radio Al Ansar.
Kehna Subhanallah, Subhanallah, kehna Subhanallah. तू पूजा मन को जा, 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 तू पूजा.
Thank you, Sivana. So you're playing some lovely nasheeds, undoubtedly. A WhatsApp message comes, says, thought for the day, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala won't give you more than you can bear. He might let you bend, but won't let you break. If you desire Allah to be persistent in granting you the thing you love, be persistent in doing the things He loves. And inspiration says, the life is filled with smiles, happiness, tears, and pain. Whatever your situation, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is with you every step of the way. Thank you so much for that. Sorry, let's get this right now. Okay, another message that comes to says, have a wonderful weekend. Do what makes you smile and be happy. Jazakallah khair. For that, another message says, read this slowly. Life is nowhere. What did you read? Life is nowhere. Oh, life is now here. My friends, it's all about how we look at it. Good morning. That is a bit mind-boggling, but yes, it's how you look at it. And then the message says, jealousy is when you count someone else's blessings instead of your own. Shukran for those beautiful messages. And of course, we get a message from Brother Yunus Sakura, our CEO. He says, my sunnah to-do list. Now, I must be able to read this now. Yes, okay, I'm just going to raise, okay. It says that you must smile because Sayyidina Abdullah ibn Harith radiallahu ta'ala anhu reported, I have not seen anyone smile more often than Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Be soft, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said. Softness is not found in anything except that it enhances beauty. And also, you got to be grateful. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, the best wealth is a tongue that remembers Allah, a grateful heart, and a believing wife to help one in his deen. And then the last says, think a positive. Okay, I'm just be able to raise this a bit. Okay, it says, think positive. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam was asked, which people are the best? He says, those with pure hearts and truthful tongues. They said, we know the meaning of truthful tongues, but what is a pure heart? Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam replied, it is that heart which is Allah conscious, clean, sinless, and has no injustice, no envy or jealousy or malice.
मेरा घर खाक पर और